Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to look at question 15 of Paper 1 SPM at Maths 2017. So let's take a look at the question together. It is given that cos alpha is equal to t. Okay, so let's highlight that. And then where t is a constant and alpha is between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So expressed in terms of t, a sine 180 degrees plus alpha and b sec 2 alpha. Alright, so let's start with the first one. So, before we get into that, we must understand that the relationship of cos alpha equals to t. We want to draw this into a triangle. So I've already done this. So, since cos is referring to adjacent over hypotenuse, so it will be t over here and 1 over here. Now, we want to find the opposite side. What does it represent? So we use Pythagoras theorem. C squared equals to b squared plus a squared. So I rewrite b squared equals to c squared minus a squared, and b is equal to square root of c squared minus a squared. So b, in this case, the opposite side, will be the square root of the hypotenuse squared minus t squared. Okay, so I can remove that since it's still 1. So here, you get that the answer is square root of 1 minus t squared. Now from here, we want to find out what is sine alpha. Now I'll let you know why we need this. So sine alpha is referring to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So it will be square root of 1 over t squared, minus t squared, square root of 1 minus t squared over 1. So you'll get that. So this part is quite important because we're going to need this later. So now we got cos and we got sine, right? So now we can actually approach the question of sine 180 degrees plus alpha. So it will be sine 180 degrees plus alpha. Now, so before we get to that, I want to remind you of this formula. So when you have sine a plus b, you can actually write it as sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So that's what we want to do. So here, let's write it that way. So it will be sine 180 degrees cos alpha plus cos 180 degrees sine alpha. So sine 180 degrees is actually 0. So 0 times cos alpha is still 0. Cos 180 degrees is equal to 1. But actually it's negative 1 because if you recall, the graph is like this. And this part is the 180 part. So it will be negative 1 sine alpha. So sine alpha here, we actually found out is equal to the square root of 1 minus t squared. So it will be 1 minus t squared. So it means your final answer is negative of square root 1 minus t squared. So that's your answer. It will be negative square root 1 minus t squared. So that is the answer for A. Now how about for B? So for B, how you want to do is you put, secant and then 2 alpha. So secant is actually the same meaning as 1 over cos and then 2 alpha. So it's the same meaning. Now cos 2 alpha, you can actually write it as 2 cos square alpha minus 1. And cos alpha, we found out just now that is equal to t. So from here, 1 over 2 cos square alpha means t squared minus 1. So from here, we get our answer, and it will be 1 over t squared minus 1. Thank you for watching.